Hello learners, today we want to talk about the application of symbols and abbreviation in drawing. A symbol is a standard mark or a sign that is used to represent a function, concept, instruction or process without the use of words. And an abbreviation is a short form of a word. Symbols and abbreviation, they are used in drawing to avoid many use of words and notes. Now let us consider the diagram that we are given below. This diagram is a hexagon that is inscribed in a circle. Now, as we are going to see, we want to talk about these symbols considering that diagram. The first symbol that we want to talk about is the diameter. We want to use that circle. So this diameter we want to talk about this circle with center O. Now what is the diameter? The diameter is that distance that is given from point X to point Y, which is terminated at the circumference of the circle. That diameter, it is represented by this symbol. For us to represent that diameter, so the diameter XY is represented by the symbol. It is an O with a slash in it. The second abbreviation that we are going to talk about is the AC. AC is the distance across the corners. AC is the distance across the corners. The distance across the corners. The distance across the corners. Look at the diagram. We have corner at X and corner at Y. So the distance from X to Y is what we are calling the distance across the corners. The next abbreviation is AF. AF means the distance across the flat. We have the flat is the sides of the polygon, the side of this hexagon. We have side AB and side DC. The distance between those two sides, which is the distance PQ, is what we are calling the distance across the flats. The next abbreviation is the radius. The radius is the distance from the center of the circle and is terminated at the circumference. We have the distance OY. Distance OY is the radius of that circle and it is abbreviated as R. The next abbreviation is DRG. DRG, it means the drawing. The drawing is what we can see there, that diagram itself. So we use DRG to represent the drawing, and for this instance, this is drawing number. Example, we can say that is drawing number 7. The next abbreviation is the perpendicular. The perpendicular is represented by that symbol, that is the perpendicular. So we can say line PQ is perpendicular to line DC at Q, with that symbol at Q. Then lastly, we can talk about the center line. The center line is the line that cuts through the center of the circle. Let's say line DB. Line DB, and it is drawn using the thin chained line DB, which is drawn by use of the thin chained line. It is what we are calling the center line. How do we write the center line? The center line is written as C with L in it, which represent the center line.